Hi, my name is Monxo Lopez, and I am the Curator of Community Histories here at the Museum of the City of New York. And I'm going to be talking about a piece done in 1981, 1982 by John Ahern and Rigoberto Torres. And the title of the piece is Homage to the People of the Bronx, Double Dutch at Kelly Street. So I chose the object because I organized the exhibition in 7 different sections, one of which is the idea, the concept of joy. And that particular piece is a sculpture made out of a life-size cast. It's just an overwhelming demonstration of joy. It has 4 black girls jumping double dutch in the South Bronx, in Kelly Street, in Hunts Point. I just love how much realness there is in that piece. Part of the point of the section was really to argue that the streets of New York City are also playgrounds for our kids, and that they take over, and when they take over, joy takes over. So we're always talking about the challenges of living in the city, the crisis that we happen to be facing at that moment, but we seldomly talk about the joy, particularly that naive, pure joy that kids give to our streets and to life in the city. So it's really interesting. I am very connected to that work because John Ahern did a bust of me on top of a tire shop in the Bronx, 1 block away from my house. So I've been through the process of being casted. The way that they operate, which is my case also, is that they do 3 casts. They give one to the subjects, they keep one in their studio as a backup, and then they have one that is the one that they sell. They show in galleries or in museums, etc. I've never gotten mine because it creeps me out that to have a bust of me in my living room. The one that is for public display is actually in Kelly Street in the Bronx. So I'm familiar with this work because I've seen one of the copies, which is the one that it's, that's the original. And then they had this one that they had sold to the Broad Museum in LA. And so it so happens that the Broad had loaned this particular work to a museum in Boston, and so it was closer to us. John and Rigoberto, the artist, they were really happy about having the girls visit back their city. A small detail about the piece that really grabbed me is that if you look at the work, you're gonna see that the 2 girls that are swinging the ropes, they have their sneakers on, while the 2 girls that are jumping rope are barefoot. When my daughter plays, jumping the rope, she usually takes her sneakers off. That it gives them like a better sense of the rhythm of the thing. And so I think that details like that are really important to give the vibe that the work gives you. When you walk into Rigoberto and John's studio in the Bronx, it's a block away from my house, the studio is full of sculptures like that, and they're there. The people are there, just like you feel that these girls are here. But obviously they aren't there. And when I look at them, I just wonder, obviously, where are these girls now? Did that joy continue? The other work that we're going to talk about is Desire. It's a work by a Chinese-American queer painter, Martin Wong, one of my favorite painters of all time. That was done in 1988. Martin passed a few years after of complications of HIV/AIDS. It's an abstract painting of a brick wall that is set and framed with a beautiful gilded frame, like very rococo, very baroque. I brought it into the show for many reasons, one of which was how New York can frame and present itself as a gilded place, as a place of possibility, when in fact most of us end up hitting ourselves in the face with a brick wall. The story of how we got this to the museum is really interesting. The work is owned by a private collector in Brooklyn, an artist himself, who has an amazing, truly incredible art collection. When I visited, it was the first time that I had a chance to look closely at his work. And one of the things that I could do was that I could see and explore the backside of the paintings. And there are some of his paintings that have a lot of phone numbers in them. But he had all these masterpieces that on the backside, he was noting the phone numbers of the people that he was gonna call later in the day or whatever. The works themselves on that backside tell you about how communicative a person he was and how he needed like that human connection. We place the pieces where they are at because they are in conversation already. And so I just see myself like as a medium to channel what I think the two objects are talking about, which is the lack of hope and the struggle, and when the city slams a hard brick wall on your face, and this pure joy that at the same time it's so fragile because it's happening in the Bronx, because the ones experiencing that joy are Black women, like girls, and so they have been in conversation all the time.